Hi, Anti-Society! Welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet, and today we are checking out episode 6 of Spy Family. So in the last episode, we had Anya not getting into the school, and then she did eventually get in because she was on the waiting list. So she is finally going to this school to go into the next phase of their mission, and of course, to celebrate, she wanted to reenact her favorite spy TV show that she's always watching and talking about. And what is Lloyd to do as a parent who also happens to have the influence and budget of an entire government behind him? He rented a castle and he made it happen. It was magnificent and it was wholesome, and we got to see drunk Yor, which was an experience. And maybe Lloyd will connect some dots about why she is so particularly good at fighting and what have you, but I doubt that they will give up the comedic side of them not knowing about each other quite yet. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So it looks like this episode is going to be Anya actually going to school, meeting some of her schoolmates, which I'm a little bit worried about because school can be intense and she's all by herself. And I know that she gets overwhelmed in crowds of people too because she can hear all of those thoughts and she's not very good at drowning them out and focusing on one. We saw her have a really hard time with that when they were going after Purse Snatcher, when they were out on their day to just like go and do lots of fun things together. So I'm a little bit worried about her being on her own because I'm very protective of her, but I'm sure that she will be okay because she has two parents that will definitely kick butt if they have to. So I'm sure that in the end she'll be all right, and hopefully we'll be able to make some friends along the way. So I'm just ready for another episode of this series. It's becoming one of my favorites simply because of the warm and cozies of it. So let's get into episode 6. In 3, 2, 1, go. At some point, I'm gonna have to go through and take a bunch of screenshots of this opener so that I can do artwork based on it. I might do clips from other parts of the show, but I want to take the style, not of the drawing ones, but the block colors kind of almost pop art style. Someday, I say, hoping that I will eventually have free time. It could happen. I did get some drawing done this morning, so it's almost like I was procrastinating or something. I wonder if soon we'll get a Yor centric episode about like her family and her like missions and stuff. Not that I'm picking favorites or anything, but I do quite like Yor. Are you back at the seamstress? Ah, for uniforms. I guess it's a fancy school, so you would need a uniform. I never had one of those, so. Aw, don't say it's an error, Lloyd. Be like, look at you go. Where did Lloyd go to school? Because he was kind of recruited really young. Oh dear. See, I was right to be worried, right? Oh no. Poor Anya. I'm sure she'll be fine. Yes, having kids seems expensive. Don't worry. I love the way that they share like messages around. There's always like really elaborate ways of passing information in spy films, and I love it. She's so cute. It's not fair. I like that he's like, you can just order out. Oof, that change in his look though, with the shadow over his eyes and everything. Yes. Are we going into some kind of safe house, right? Ugh, it's elaborate. It's overdone. I'm here for it. The girl with the hat from the opener. Ah, handler. Yeah. He did rent out an entire castle. Uh-oh. Socializing? That's not Lloyd's strong suit. I feel like he might be alright, though. He's at least genuine, which I think wins people over. Which is odd to say for someone who works undercover a lot, but okay. No pressure. Like, you can use underhanded methods if you need to. There's a way of marking them if they have bad behavior, too. uh, same. Hello, anxiety, my old friend. Should get that on a t-shirt or something. I thought she was afraid of getting kidnapped, and now she's just like going up to everyone. Aw. That was so mean to bring up, like, picking between, like, Anya's birth mother and then adopted mother. Because, like, you can't choose. You love them both for different reasons, you know? You're gonna make dinner? Who are you? They're not exactly rich. Also, you do not pick a fight with Yor. I'm nervous because she doesn't have her eye on Anya, and we were talking about her getting kidnapped. I'm definitely worried now. Ooh, yeah. Picked a fight with the wrong mom. It was actually quite nicely sliced. Aw, their dinner though. But you protected her. That's like top tier parent. The very least you need to do is be able to protect your children. I say as if I have kids and I have any experience. Aw, please train her. If only to keep her safe, but also because I think it'll be the cutest thing. Aw. The I want to be like you is like the cutest thing. Because I'm sure that's something that, like, Yor is someone who's like always so self-conscious about the fact that she's not like other people, and then having someone say, I want to be like you, I bet hits a certain way for her. Oh. That's an intense auditorium. Oh, fair enough. You'll have to do something that makes you stand out, but in a good way. Sneaky. Is there... Oh, I guess, yeah, they'd have to be in the same class as the kid that they're going after. Probably it won't be that easy now. The awkward march. I feel like he's gonna not be a great person. Oh, friend? That's cute. He's just like, oh, that's good. He seemed weird, but ultimately okay. Lloyd just not clapping. Like how Lloyd has all of the nervous parent vibes. Oh my goodness, look at the dining hall. I feel like this is just going to make it more and more evident that I've never been in a fancy school in my life. We didn't even have a dining hall in my school until high school. Even then, it was just the auditorium. I mean, anyone who insists on being called Lord has to be extremely arrogant. A feelings doctor. Cute. Oh, you can't just go around punching people, though, which is something I learned at school. Apparently, just punching people who make you upset gets you into trouble. Who would have thought? Oof, that is an unnerving smile. Instantly turns baby again. Yeah, maybe a little more creative with the insults. I mean, it did help in some way. It resulted differently than it would have if she just fought him. The dead eyes, though. Uh-oh. Ooh. I mean, he just ran into it. Way to turn it back on them, though. Oh no, are we gonna lie? Oh. I feel like she's still gonna end up being punished, though. Oh. 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 Yep, you're gonna need a plan C. I mean, would it really be the Forger family if they weren't a little bit disastrous immediately? I like how there's like a scorecard. I mean, look, should she have punched him? Probably not. Would I have punched him at her age? Yes. So I don't know whether or not I should pass judgment in this instance. At least she made a friend. Girl with the pigtails. She also had mine as a friend, so, you know. Especially since it's the one kid that she actually has to get close to in order for the mission. maybe this will result in an eventual understanding, if not necessarily friendship. Because she isn't gonna let him just get away with whatever he wants. So maybe that'll be beneficial. I don't know. I'm trying to see the silver lining. Oh, her little nightcap. Poor Lloyd. I love that we got to have a little moment with Anya and Yor interacting with each other, with Lloyd going off to work on his own stuff, because we haven't really seen them interacting one-on-one. We had some time where it was just Lloyd and Anya, so we got to see their relationship, and then we get to see now Yor and her interacting with each other, especially after we had that interaction with the one teacher where he was talking about, you know, do you love your biological mother more or your adopted mother more? Which is just like an awful thing to ask a child at all, but he eventually got punched, so that's like something that's been like in Yor's mind for a little while, where she's just been thinking about whether or not she's, you know, good at being like a normal person. Is she good at being a wife? Is she good at being a mother? And she has a lot of doubt about her ability to do mundane things. I think she's very confident in, you know, assassin things and like her job and the particular skills that she has that have to do with that, but everything else, I think that she has a lot of doubt about her capability. And then to have her not only be able to look after and protect Anya, but then also to have Anya say, I want to be like you, like teach me how to be more like you, I think is something that you really needed to hear, not only as like her trying to be a good mom, but also like just in general. I think anyone wanting, like looking up to her and seeing her as a role model in any way is something that I'm sure brings her a lot of joy and validation in herself and her ability to, you know, look after another person. And I mean, Anya is just such a cutie pie. I like, it's ridiculous how adorable she actually is. But running into a few issues now that she's at school by going after the one kid that is actually important for the mission. Honestly, look, I don't condone violence. I think violence is not the way, but some people have never been punched, and they should, because they should know that there are consequences to their actions and the things that they say. So I am not here to say that what Anya did was right in punching him, but I'm also not gonna say I would have done it differently, because I wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have been smart enough to wait until the teacher wasn't looking. I probably just would have done it in plain view of whoever was supposed to be watching over me, because honestly, I did not have that kind of self-control at a young age. Even now, I feel like my ability to not have self-control is like shifted to other places in my life, but I definitely would have punched the kid out like earlier on, and it would have been when everyone was in the auditorium and could have seen it. I would not have been able to hold myself back. So I'm not the right person to tell her whether or not it was right or wrong, but definitely adding to Lloyd's stress and anxiety, I feel like I need to get something that says hello anxiety, my old friend, because that, if that ain't me summed up in a sentence, I don't know what is. But she did manage to make a friend who's sort of alright. She seems to be a little bit judgmental and seems to think highly of herself, but also I feel like maybe that comes with the territory of being told that you're special enough to go to this particular school because you're from the right family and stuff like that. When you're a kid, you really don't have a good filter for that kind of thing, so you do see yourself as being really special, because when people tell you that, you just believe them, right? Like, a grown-up is telling you you're really special and getting into the school makes you really special, then you're gonna believe that. So I think that everyone at that school is going to have their own set of self-importance. So I'm sure that Anya is going to be an outlier in more ways than one with that one, because she's a very different upbringing and a very different home life, I'm sure. But it looks like they are going to continue to try and infiltrate this family and get on with their mission, probably with the plan C, possibly D. We might have to go through a few plans before Lloyd actually gets to the point that he needs to be with this mission, but I know that Anya isn't trying to make things complicated. I feel like it's all gonna wrap around eventually, because Anya does have this like genuine nature to her where she says and feels what she's thinking. So I feel like that is better at winning people over than being a top student or just sort of trying to blend in, suppressing part of your personality and who you are to try and fit in. I feel like just genuinely being who you are is a good way of getting people to, at the very least, like, think highly of you. They don't necessarily have to like you, because you could have personality that just doesn't fit with them, but having people look up to you or see you in a positive light is like a different thing in my brain. But we'll have to wait and see if she's actually able to pull this off. I have faith in her that she'll be able to do this. You can click this playlist to go and see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so this next time I post a Spy Family video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!